In this video, we are going to explore the two main ways that living organisms can reproduce, which are sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Some organisms, such as certain types of plants, are capable of using either of these two reproductive methods, depending on the conditions and their needs. However, most animals, including humans, rely solely on sexual reproduction, while simpler organisms like bacteria reproduce exclusively through asexual means. Let us begin by discussing sexual reproduction. The most important aspect of sexual reproduction is that it involves the joining together or fusion of male and female reproductive cells, which are called gametes. This fusion is referred to as fertilization. Because sexual reproduction requires two parents, the offspring inherit genetic material from both of them. This results in a combination of genes that creates offspring that are genetically different from either parent. It is this process that explains why children inherit features from both their mother and their father, and why no two siblings, unless they are identical twins, are exactly the same. Over many generations, this method of reproduction leads to a great deal of genetic variation within a species because every new combination of gametes results in a unique individual. Gametes are special cells like sperm cells and egg cells in animals, and in flowering plants the gametes include pollen and egg cells. The crucial thing to understand about gametes is that they contain only half of the full set of chromosomes that are found in a regular body cell. For example, a typical human cell contains 46 chromosomes, but a human gamete, such as a sperm or egg cell, contains only 23 chromosomes. When two gametes fuse during fertilization, the resulting cell now contains 46 chromosomes again, restoring the complete genetic set that is needed for normal development. These gametes are formed through a process known as meiosis, which is a specialized type of cell division, and we will examine that process in the next video. It is also worth mentioning that sexual reproduction does not necessarily involve physical sexual activity or intercourse. It simply refers to the joining of male and female gametes. For example, when flowering plants reproduce by transferring pollen to egg cells, this process still counts as sexual reproduction because gametes are involved and their genetic material combines. Now, let us turn to asexual reproduction, which is quite different. Asexual reproduction involves only one parent and does not require any gametes. Because there is no fusion of genetic material, there is also no variation in the genetic information. This means that all offspring produced through asexual reproduction are genetically identical to the parent organism and to one another. These identical offspring are often referred to as clones. In more complex organisms such as plants, fungi, and a few animals, asexual reproduction is carried out through a type of cell division known as mitosis. In simpler organisms like bacteria, which are classified as prokaryotes, asexual reproduction is achieved through a different method called binary fission, which is a fast and efficient way of copying genetic material and creating new cells. Although asexual reproduction is quicker and requires less energy, it lacks the variation that comes with sexual reproduction, and this makes the species more vulnerable to changes in the environment or disease. In contrast, the variation that comes from sexual reproduction means that some individuals are more likely to survive under new conditions, which is one of the main reasons why sexual reproduction is so common in nature.